Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? All right, let me go to YouTube Studio. Let me go to my live page, manage. And now let me take this, let me paste it. Give me this, give me this. Let me paste this like this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I we back and 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 we back. Yo, 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 it's a stream. Yo, 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 it's a stream. Currently sharing my stream with people to see if anybody wants to come and sit and vibe. Yes, indeed. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I wanna come and fall in love with you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Na 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 na. Let me see. I haven't looked at my chat. I'm a big fan of the blob animation. Thank you, Wavy. Thank you, Wavy Gravy's Pancake Parlor. Also, I am on a delay, so it takes a long time for. If it takes a long time for me to chat, I'm sorry. All right, Jack. Do you want to hear the story that has been built up so far for this game? Are you ready for this shit? For this high level gameplay? 30 days. No thanks. The Obsidian program's not opening. Oh, there you go. 2 whole views already. Already everything is coming together. Alright. I'm gonna start thinking of the second part of the narrative. But I wrote a big summary. I'm gonna have to kind of condense this game. But basically, I'm making like a top down isometric RPG. And it's in this like tabletop role playing game I made called Nomad. And I'm making like a video game about a character inside of it. And I kind of got like the first part of it done, which is like the first kind of sequence of events that happens. And now I need to start writing. I'm gonna reread it because I haven't looked at it in like a little bit, like a week, because I was very busy. So now I'm gonna re-look at it and kind of vibe. Also, I'm gonna put on my zoom in so that people can see shit. Let me see. Checking to see if that shit still works. Yeah, it does. Okay. So, let's get started. Today, I think I'm gonna work on here. I usually write like a daily note. Let me write my daily note, bro. New daily note. This one. Today's daily note. Today, I'm just gonna work on the I'm gonna work on like the second dialogue sequence, an intro, and then I'm going to work through drawing out the second dialogue sequence. And then I might work on some isometric camera code. And get it following a player correctly. And then maybe I'll work on some state machines or some shit as well. Maybe some state machines. Can you hear me, by the way? I'm gonna listen to myself for like 2 seconds. See if I talk. Yeah, it works. Alright, I'm gonna read through the old one. Black text flashing red appears on the screen. Visually, it will look like an old terminal booting for the first time. Boot sequence initiated. Memory banks corrupted. Signal detected. Signal detected. Booting mainframe. Emergency combat mode initiated. Welcome back. Unit Echo 07. We are then zoomed out to see the scene is grim. Echo is a rusty old pre-war crank abandoned in the dust of solitude. Through the grains of sand burying him, we see red glowing eyes emerge from the dunes. Data visualization activating. Mainframe personality sequence engaged. Then we're gonna see like the stats screen. Basically, in this game, you get like 5 main stats. There's grit, iron, cipher, influence, and trail, and they all like affect different things. Those are kind of like the 5 stats that you get. Players are going to be able to choose in like a stat spread. They'll get a 7-point stat spread. And this whole game, every single mechanic is based around the number 7 because it's like lucky 7. There's going to be like a lot of gambling and shit in this game. So it's going to be like 777. So 7-point stat spread felt right for the intro. So then there's going to be some choice here. I didn't decide what it is based on like the type of stats you have, and you'll get to pick it. Memory fragment recovered, corrupted data file, corruption, files missing, screaming horror noises. You did something terrible, didn't you? You say in your own mind. You awaken. Nah, this is stream number 7? What do you mean by that? Yeah, this is the 7th one. Oh, and this is stream number 7. Oh my god, lucky day. We're cooking. You got that fucking right. And this is stream number 7. God damn. Your main companion in this game, his name is Remington. You want to see the art that I made, that I drew for the first scene? All right, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to show you the art. You awaken. Remington drops down from a hole in a sand dune you are trapped in, sand cascading around them. They have a janky looking old pistol in their left hand and a metal detector in their right. Remington. Well, shit. I did not expect another crank to be rusting away here in these old dunes. Walks closer, approaches with caution, notices the oddly strange condition this one crank is in. Ooh-wee! Mayor's gonna be real happy with this one. Looking like we could make 2 scooters out of this one's arms. And hell, the chess piece looking like a nice dinner plate for the Roberts. Remington takes out his signal scanner and pings it off the robot. The scanner pings drastically as he hovers over Echo. Hell, and he done got an artifact inside him too, don't you? This gonna be one hell of a load back to Scrap Heap. Wonder where you came from. Echo's eyes open wide, and then you're gonna have a bunch of responses. If you have grit, you can like answer grit and you say something cool. Remington then responds, blah 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 blah. They have a whole conversation. You could choose to come with him and have him escort you like out of this game or out of this world or whatever, out of this sand dune, and then he comes and takes you away to take you to the town of Scrap Heap where you'll find out how to repair yourself, and then you could play a little tutorial, or you can say no, you're not going to come with him, and he knocks you out and it skips the tutorial and you end up just inside of town, and it will then deactivate and you'll wake up in town. You'll wake up on a table in Scrap Heap. Blah 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 blah. Here's a visual representation of what happens here. Let's get this Krita application open. Let me show you this source right now. Hooking up. All right, here we go. This is the visual representation I got so far. Take a look. Let me know what you think. Boot sequence initiated. Memory banks corrupted. Signal detected. Signal detected. Booting mainframe. Emergency combat mode initiated. Welcome back, Unit Echo 07. Then this is him like lying in the fucking dirt in the middle of Solitude, which is like the world I made. Then he wakes up. This is a fucked up drawing of this robot waking up. And then this is my boy Remington. You fuck with the vision on him. He's gonna have like a silver fucking hat. How you feel? How you feel about my boy Remington, Jack? That you're fucking with his vibes, right? Alright, so Remington finds you. He like goes to try to activate your dead body, and then you're like, ah! You go into a freak out. Remington goes like, what the fuck? And then we get my boy, and he's like, yo, bro, come get some soda, little man. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of soda in this game. I've decided. There's going to be a lot of soda references, as one does. And this is my boy. This is Peace. Him showing peace. He's like, yo, come get some soda, little guy. So now I'm gonna start writing the next part of the game, which is going to be I'm gonna make like the second. I wrote like all the dialogue and shit. Now I'm gonna write the dialogue and shit for the next portion. I have to think. I have to think of a title for like the next part. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like kind of titling them for now. I don't write stories a lot, so I'm kind of just making these into like mini sub chapters. So that like first event where they meet, I'm calling it the Awakening. This next one, I'm thinking of calling it Wastes because like this is gonna be them traveling from where they are to the actual place that they have to go. Did I write like a little introduction here? Right. I kind of low key see this portion with the wastes like after exiting the dune of sand, Echo and Remington are met. Remington are surrounded by distant ruins. A wide shot of the wastes as they talk in dialogue and explain the world happens. But I'm thinking like they're gonna get cut off in the middle, to be honest. Because they're gonna, I want it to be fast that they like get into combat. Like I don't want it to be too much talking to be real. But you know, build it up, make it nice. Remington. He's gonna say. I think I did this for you. Stay close now. And if you see anything move, and if you see anything moving out there, tell me before you decide to investigate. You hear me? This is gonna be the part. I kind of see the intro as like you get a quick meeting between the two of them, see Remington's vibes, kind of feel him out, and as you're walking away, like in the tutorial, you're kind of getting like a lore dump overview of like what this world is. So then you definitely are going to say in this dialogue sequence, What is this place? Where are we? Ah, must have had your head. Must have had your memory banks fried, sitting in the sun for God knows how long. For who knows how long. This the wastes. Sunstone side of the Shadow Well. Used to be something else. I can feel it. The cities, the people, the fresh air. Remington takes a big whiff of the air and holds for silence for a few seconds. But now, uh, it's all just sand and bones. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what this place's true history is. However, I am a big fan of mystery. And having this trusty old scanner with me will do a lot of justice for the people of Solitude. Mm-hmm. Remington. This. Nobody knows what it looked like before. Nobody knows what it looked like before. But maybe I'll actually have. I think we could stop this here. And then we could have Echo say. Tell me more about Scrap Heap. No. Just another run-of-your-mill junk town. I want to give them a Bible. I don't know if I gave them a name for this Bible yet, or this like Bible thing that they got. I want their town to be like a bunch of people who worship like this old war book that like they revere as like God. Let's look. Jack, if you're here, I need to think of a name for like a Coca-Cola brand, like a new Coca-Cola brand, a unique Coca-Cola brand for sure. Nice system going on too. The folks don't like me. Thinking of calling the mayor June. Yeah, she done made it all the way up to here with me or something. Yeah. Yeah, she a crazy one, but no, Echo. Just another, just another run, just another run-of-your-mill junk town. Nice system going on too. Nice enough place. The folks don't like me that much considering I'm also looking for junks around the houses. What's a soda? I need to think of generic names for 1700s men. Henry. Henry Stone. We'll see. Well, see here. We got a book over in scrap. This book, names based around soda brands. Sunny. Sunny. Sunny and Starry. Ew. I drank this old drink on my desk and it was fucking disgusting. Oh god, ew. It was so gross. I didn't like that. Well, see here, we got a book over in Scrap Heap which details the founding fathers of our little junk town. The book says all crazy things and even mentions the first founders, Sonny and Starry, were infamous for their delicious carbonated beverages back in the day. Nobody in the damn town can figure out how the thing works anyway, so no point in wasting time. Nobody in this damn town can figure out how. Damn wasters make it too hard to look around the town for some decent clues. Echo, echo on my echo. Mm-hmm. What's a waster? Okay, I should honestly start making a glossary. New folder, glossary. Wasters are bandits and raiders who are lawless and do not live in any of the major areas of solitude in any of the major capitals of solitude and are not part of a Junktown citizenry. 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 Citizenship. Most are organized in small camps. Most are organized in small camps around the wastes and are there to mostly live off the land. Living off the land. To live off the land. Living in the wastes of solitude is hard. So most wasters with little protection and will go after them to to scavenge off of their dead bodies. If they are crank, they will scrap you in an instant. Do I have like a word maximum on this thing? I hope not. Um, what's a waster? Mm-hmm. How is Remington gonna respond to this? His response would be like a little bit more emotional, I think, considering that I'm actually thinking that both of his parents got murked by wasters, low-key Remington, and he doesn't have a family and he lives on the streets begging for money. And he uses the scanner that he got from his father to scam for shit type beat. Or mother, maybe his mom gave it to him. What did I write for him? Let me read his story again. Let me get reacquainted with my own character. We finna get reacquainted with our characters. Mm-hmm. Mechanics, narrative. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Wasters are bandits and raiders who are lawless. This is what I'm looking for characters. Here we go. Remington. Yeah, born and raised in Scotty Rados, named after a war general in a pre-world book. Yeah, he's gonna be named after the book. He was far from the prestige that his name presented. At a young age, his family died protecting the town. Yeah, they're gonna die to wasters. And he was left in care of the mayor. And he was left in care of the mayor, who would adopt him. Remington. Remington was always known as the little boy who cried wolf. As a child with a large imagination, he would go hunting for shiners or metal and return with unbelievable troves of treasure. Because his stories were outrageous, the town did not take him seriously. Eventually, he would be cast out as a local miscreant and roam the nearby dunes for answers on his past and the secrets of solitude. He's a self-acclaimed historian with no real merit, but his yearning for knowledge makes him like one. Um, on his most recent excavation into the wastes outside of Scrap Heap, he finds our main character Echo and befriends him on a journey which he has been waiting for all along. Aww. On our way to going in Bibisa town, wanna go out, wanted to show out, playing with fire, take it higher. We're on our way. Alright, let me go back to episode 1. Waste. Let me go to this. Yeah. Echo stares blankly at Remington. Deadbeat, dumb, and delusional. Bandits. Raiders. They see a crank walking alone. They see a crank walking along the middle of the waste. Might as well call you Scrat. Quiet. Okay, I'm looking at some names for soda people. A waster leader on the hill. She. He. I just had a fucking amazing idea that I'm thinking that Remington, he's gonna bring you to the shop and they're gonna fix you and then they're gonna morph his scanner into your body and you're gonna have like a permanent metal scanning detector and this gives you a reason to have like some type of metal scanning mechanic or something. And you could dig for shit like around the map. And then you could find like cool things like hidden away like around like the main hub of the world before you go off and do your shit. Or something like that. Let me write that down before I go. Have a built-in scanner. Over my dead body, waster! Echo, you're gonna have to take them out. I know you have an emergency protocol in there somewhere. I do not remember if I have an emergency protocol, but if I fight, I must. I do not remember if I have an emergency protocol, but if I fight, I must. Grit 1. So not a more diplomatic solution. Um, Remington trust +1 plus equals 1. Remington trust equals -1. Self-confidence plus equals 1. Autumn flags. Weapon systems are. After exiting the Dune of Sand, Echo and the Remington are surrounded by distant ruins. A watch out of the waste as they talk in dialogue and explain the world happens. After exiting the Dune of Sand, Echo and Remington are surrounded by distant ruins. A wide shot of the wastes as they talk. Remington wipes the sweat off his forehead. Off of his forehead. Go get out there and show them who's really gonna be wasted after this. Combat begins. Just another run-of-the-mill. Let me read what I wrote so far. After exiting the dune of sand, Echo and Remington are surrounded by distant ruins. A wide shot of the waste as Remington explains their current situation. Stay close now. And if you have anything moving out, and if you have anything moving out there, tell me before you decide to investigate. You hear me? There. Before you decide to investigate. You hear me? What is this place? Where? What is our mission? Ah, must have had your memory banks fried sitting in the sun for who knows how long. This is the wastes. This is the wastes of solitude. Sunstone side of the shadow well used to be something else. I could feel it. The cities, the people, the fresh air. Remington takes a big whiff of the air and holds for silence for a few seconds. But now it's all just sands and bones. Nobody knows what this place's true history is. However, I'm a big fan of mystery, and having this trusty old scanner with me would do a lot of justice for the people of Solitude. The people of Scrap Heap. Tell me more about this Scrap Heap. Just another run-of-the-mill junk town. Nice enough place. The folks don't like me that much considering I'm the village dunce and all. Our mayor's a great leader, although she could be off her rocker from time to time. Crazy son of a bitch been trying to make the perfect soda, whatever that means. What's a soda? Well, see here, we got a book over in Scrap Heap which details the founding fathers of our little junk town. This book says all crazy things and even mentions the first founders, Sunny and Starry, who were infamous for the delicious carbonated beverages back in the day. Nobody in the damn town could figure out how to make this so-called soda anyway. Damn wasters make it too hard to look around the town for some decent clues. What's a waster? Deadbeat, dumb, and delusional. Bandits, raiders, people who decided it's easier to steal than to live an honest life trading. They see a crank walking alone in the waste as nothing more than scrap. Personally, I value you more than that. Remington smiles with a gap in his right tooth. Then immediately he notices something and stops walking. A gunshot blazes past his head. Remington yells, "Cover!" You both run behind a rock. A waster leader on the hill of a nearby ruin looks down at you. Side note, I thought of a mechanic here that would be interesting for Edgar to have, a built-in scanner in his body that would let him scan the floor for artifacts or cool pieces of lore to find and gain stuff from. Surrender the crank and your metal detector and no one has to get hurt, junkie. Over my dead body, waster! Echo, you're going to have to take them out. I know you have an emergency protocol in there somewhere, right? Right? I do not remember if I have an emergency protocol, but if I fight, I must. Grit. I do not feel fear. I was made to protect. Trail. Perhaps I could beat them. Blah, 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 blah. Go out there and show them who's really going to be wasted after this. Remington wipes the sweat off his forehead. Combat begins. Okay. During this combat phase, alright, new note that I just figured out. Mm-hmm. Wavy gravy pancake parlor. Alright, we're it right. We will showcase movement, abilities, signal absorption, potential mechanic. Oh, this could be an artifact. Yeehaw! Hi there, my name is Sally. Let's add combat encounters. Well, I guess not. I guess not. I guess not. Na 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 na. All right, I've almost been at it for an hour and a half. I think this is a decent place to stop, to be honest. But I might finish this off. I feel like I want to have my boy Remington really say something fucking poignant at the end here. I think he really needs to drop something poignant. Right, we'll be at like the end of this. We'll have Remington speak. Please, please just let me go. I won't bother you anymore, please. Major act choice. Yeah, this is gonna go hard. Remington. Iron. Killed them. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a flag here for like showing the mercy to the waster. Cutter. Cut them. Cutter, cut them. Then we'll have one. We'll have an influence one. Showed mercy. Oh my god, I'm so tired now. Um, let's keep moving. What the hell is this place called? Scrap Heap. You see for a second. Remington looked down at the wasters in pity, feeling the pain they felt. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Wow, I wrote a lot. Holy crap, I almost wrote 1,000 words. Corpses of all the wasters lie around you, and Echo looks at the blood on their hands. A violent red text appears on the screen. Find your home. As you stare at the rusted red metal that you now are looking at, your eyes glow green. Messy. I could tell you're a drifter, affected by the signal's energy. I ain't never seen anybody absorb a waster before, though. Good thing we're best buds now. A waster struggles to claw his way away from the scene as he lies there with blood leaking from his left side. Oh my god, wait, we need to make a cipher option to absorb him. Of course! I got a stroke of. Oh my god, I had a stroke of inspiration there. Okay. Well, that's where I finna am gonna end stream today. Thank you for everybody who watched. I wrote a lot. I wrote 1,059 words in one day. I am tired. God damn. I wrote this whole scene. Welcome to Scrap Heap. I'm actually thinking of breaking out the scenes. Huh. Meeting the mayor. Mhm. I okay. I want to thank everybody who took the time out to come today to watch my stream. Game dev stream number 7. I completed a whole section on the wastes for our character. I am extremely tired. Grinding for almost an hour and a half straight. I'm feeling very exhausted, but thank you. It was fun, and I will be back tomorrow to do some more.